Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my word of the week. Great to be with you this week. Here we are, week 2 into our new year. I think it's still time to kind of reflect and look at what we wish to accomplish this year, or look at what we need to maybe fix this year. And so I wanted to talk about release and our emotional cords. And you may say, what are emotional cords? You can actually visualize them. These are the relationships we have with our family, our partner, our friends, our coworkers, anyone that enters our life. And the cord is developed over time. It's our emotional connection and our emotional attachment that we have with each other. And having this awareness and understanding these cords exist can be very helpful in understanding our relationships with others. And if we have a toxic or an unhealthy relationship in our lives, at some point we may literally cut the cord and stop the emotional connection. And so I think it's time, or an opportunity, as we begin the new year, and it can be very healthy, to look at all of our relationships. Look at what may be coming up in the new year, and will there be any major changes? So no matter what is coming our way, what changes may come our way, it's always beneficial to practice and use our tools in our emotional toolbox. I've talked a lot over this past year of what we can have in our emotional toolbox. And so no matter what, good self-care will help us process life and get to the other side of whatever is happening. And so here are some practices to have in our toolbox. Making sure that we're walking outside. We need to move the emotions through our body. And we do this with breath, and we do this with movement. And if you also remember the emotional tapping, while you're walking, you can also be tapping, because as I'm sharing, the emotions get stuck in our body. And so the movement and the tapping releases them from our body. And remember good deep breaths. Also, eating healthy and light foods as a part of our toolbox. It's really good to understand that when we're processing a lot of life, a lot of emotions, it can affect our digestive system. And so eating light, healthy foods can be helpful. Going more towards the light, brothy soups, lots of warm tea and warm water. So just think of, if we're stuck with something very emotional, think of how it hits our gut. And so if we're putting heavy meals in there, it's really hard on our system. So think light, light, light. The journaling is so important. It's really helpful to write out what we're feeling. No one's going to read it. So write whatever we need to process what's going on. And remember, in our journaling, I've talked a lot about different types of journaling. You can ask questions. You can just doodle. You can get the crayons out. But journaling is a wonderful way to process. And the fourth tip is to make sure we're with good family and friends so we can talk about what's happening, and maybe we can get some other perspective. Find friends and family and a nice cozy place to spend time together and just be real and talk about what's happening. The key with these emotional cords, the key to releasing, is balance. And we're trying to balance our emotional, our physical, and our spiritual self. Having awareness and having our tools at the ready is key to keeping this balance. So it's a new day. It's a new year. Let's begin with awareness of these cords. Let's begin with our tools and process and release what's no longer needed in our life. And so simply, my word of the week is chord. The C is for calm. When we find ourselves overwhelmed, we need to breathe and stay calm. Look around, find something calming, or close our eyes and breathe. The O is to open our heart. When emotions are high, we tend to want to close our hearts to protect ourselves. So we should really keep our heart open, no matter how hard it is, so we are available for the new that's coming our way. And the R is for rest. Give ourselves permission to stop, to rest, to take a walk, and get away from everything for a while. When we're processing a lot of life, it's okay. It's okay to stop. Listen to our intuition. Tune into what we need in that moment. And the D is for dance. Get everybody out of the house. Turn up the music. Dance, move our bodies, cry, shout. Let it all out, because we should not keep our emotions pent up inside of us. They must leave our body, or we will make ourselves sick. So turn up the music, have a dance party, feel better. And if we have a dance party with some really great music, we're going to be laughing too. And that's a big part of healing our emotions. So awareness of our emotional chords and using our toolbox to release these emotions are key components to making a happy, healthy, balanced new year. Have a wonderful week, everyone.